Thank you for joining us for the mobile site webinar. This webinar will provide a brief introduction to the mobile site being used for the 2015 OSEP Leadership Conference. During this webinar, you will learn how to create a shortcut from the mobile site onto your smartphone or tablet for your specific device and operating system. This will ensure easy access to all the conference information, including the agenda, speaker information, poster session information, and more. Since we are providing all conference information digitally, this shortcut is something you'll want to become familiar with. The PDF document posted to the 2015 OSEP Leadership Conference website provides step-by-step instructions for creating the shortcuts to the mobile site. We've created instructions for Android users who use Chrome as their web browser, Samsung Android devices, and Apple devices running iOS 7 and above. We will go through the directions for each of the aforementioned devices and request your patience as you wait to learn about adding the mobile site to your specific device. Once the instructions for each device have been explained, we will provide information on the capabilities within the mobile site. If you use a BlackBerry, please visit us at the registration desk on site or follow the instructions to add an icon to your home screen available on the following site. If you use a smartphone that was not listed, remember you can always bookmark the conference website so you have easy access once you open your web browser. You should also be able to utilize these instructions as basic guidelines for pinning a shortcut to your home screen, even if you do not use one of the devices specifically listed. These instructions are important because while the shortcut to the mobile site appears like an app on your home screen, getting the shortcut onto your home screen is a different process. Because of this, you will not need to go through the App Store on your mobile device to access the mobile site. Once on your home screen, the shortcut to the mobile site will look and function like an app. You can move the icon anywhere on your home screen or add it to a folder just like you would an app. As a reminder, the directions to add the site to your device's home screen will differ slightly depending on your device. Be sure you are following the correct instructions. Before you start, please be sure that you have access to Wi-Fi or your data plan in order to access the mobile site needed to create the shortcut. Again, as a reminder, you do not need to go through the App Store on your device in order to access the site and information. Instead, you'll need to open your phone's web browser, such as Chrome or Safari, and type in the following address. We will now go through step-by-step the process for adding the mobile site for your device so it functions like an app. This tutorial applies to any Android device where Chrome is used as a web browser. These instructions should also generalize to Android users who use another web browser. To start, use the Chrome web browser to enter the following web address. Once the web page loads, Android users operating in the Chrome web browser should see 3 dots on the top right-hand corner of their screen. Tap the 3 dots and a drop-down menu will appear. For the bottom of the drop-down menu, you'll see the option Add to Home Screen. Select this option. Doing so will prompt a pop-up window to appear, allowing you to customize the name of the site that will appear on your home screen, if you so desire. Once you're happy with what the site is labeled, click Add. From there, you will automatically be closed out of the mobile site and redirected to your home screen, where the shortcut will appear. Now that you have the shortcut on your home screen, you can click on the icon as you would an app. Once you're on the mobile site, you'll see a menu icon, and once you select it, you'll see a drop-down menu, which will allow you to navigate throughout the site. We will go into more detail about the site capabilities after the other device tutorials. Since Samsung runs on Android, it's pretty similar to the process used on other Android devices using Chrome. This tutorial utilizes a device running on the Android operating system 5.0, known as Lollipop. This can serve as a guide for those not yet upgraded to 5.0, meaning you're probably operating on Jelly Bean versions 4.1 through 4.3 or KitKat version 4.4. To check which version you're running on your device, go to your settings and scroll all the way to the bottom where you'll see a section called System. From there, select the option About Phone. This section will tell you which version you're running. With Samsung, the process is actually shorter, 4 steps instead of 5. As with the previous tutorial for Android users in Chrome, you'll open the Chrome web browser and enter the following web address. Once the web page loads, you'll see the word More in the top right-hand corner of the screen, or 3 dots for those who aren't yet upgraded to Lollipop, just as with the Chrome tutorial. Once you've selected More, a drop-down menu will appear with the option to add shortcut to home screen. And then once you select that option, you're done. The browser will automatically close, and you'll see the shortcut appear on your home screen. Now that you have the shortcut on your home screen, you can access the mobile site directly from there. Once you're on the mobile site, you'll see the menu icon, and after you select it, you'll see a drop-down menu which will allow you to navigate throughout the site. Before beginning the Apple tutorial, we advise that your operating system, or iOS, has been upgraded to version 7 or higher. 90% of iPhone users are currently operating on iOS 7 or iOS 8, but if you're unsure, you can check what OS you're on by going to your settings, selecting General and About, and finally selecting Version. From there, you should be able to see what iOS your phone is operating on. If you are not yet upgraded to iOS 7 or iOS 8 and do not wish to do so, these instructions should still provide you with a general guideline for how to add the shortcut to your phone. To start, open your Safari web browser and enter the following web address. Once there, you'll see the share symbol at the bottom of the screen. Tap the share symbol, and a window with different options will appear. On the window, you'll see an option that says Add to Home Screen. Doing so will take you to a screen where you see an option to customize the name of the shortcut. Click on the X next to where it says Home to change the shortcut's name and how it will appear on your device, and type in something simple and descriptive like 2015 OSEP Leadership. Once you're happy with the name of the shortcut, select Add at the top right-hand corner. From there, you'll be automatically redirected to your home screen where the shortcut will appear. Now that you have the shortcut on your home screen, you can access the mobile site directly from there. Once you're on the mobile site, you'll see a menu icon, and once you select it, you'll see a drop-down menu which will allow you to navigate throughout the site. Before moving on to the tutorial about the mobile site itself, we want to remind you that you can always bookmark the mobile site on your handheld device or with your laptop for easy retrieval of the mobile site homepage.
As a reminder, all of the tutorials are available in the handouts and will be made available on the website as well. So we'll send out that information after the webinar. If this moved a little fast for you, you can download the tutorial items and move through at your own pace.
Okay, so now we're going to get into the mobile site tutorial. Now that you know how to get to the mobile shortcut on your home screen, we'll provide a tutorial about the various menu options and mobile site capabilities so you can get the most out of the mobile site for your conference experience. Once you're in the mobile site, you'll use the menu icon, the 3 lines on the left-hand side of your screen, to navigate through the menu. One of the main features you'll notice in the menu is the My Calendar option. To fully utilize this option, users must be logged in, and to log in, you need to scroll all the way to the bottom of the menu. When you select the login option, you'll be prompted to the login screen. Your login information is the username and password you created when registering for the conference. To enter your name and password and select the blue login button. We recommend you select the Remember Username option as well for future convenience. To build your own agenda, you'll want to first go to the Full Agenda tab. The agenda is organized by date and then by time slots within each day. To learn more about the sessions, simply select the session and you'll see the session description and speaker information. If you go back to the Full Agenda page, you'll see a calendar icon to the right of each session name. If you want to attend a specific session, just tap the calendar icon. And if you successfully selected a session, the calendar icon will confirm by showing a check mark. If you'd like to remove a previously selected session from your personal agenda, just select the calendar icon again. A pop-up will appear to verify your decision. So from here, you can go back into the menu and go into the My Calendar tab and view all the sessions you've added to your personal agenda. And then in the My Calendar section, you can simply tap or select any session about which you want to learn. Selecting either description or speakers will cause each respective section to expand, providing you, the user, more in-depth information. For example, presentation materials, including PowerPoints that were submitted prior to the conference, will be linked in the session description. For each individual session you click on in your calendar, you will also be able to fill out your session evaluation. Click on the green box that says Polling Survey and Q&A, which will then prompt you to the screen to evaluate this session. Selecting that option will take you to a screen with a few quick and simple questions, allowing you to provide feedback about the session you just attended. We highly value this feedback and ask that you fill out these evaluations after each session. A survey will also be sent after the conference for you to evaluate your overall conference experience. That survey will not be available on the mobile site, so pay close attention to post-conference emails. We encourage you to explore and become familiar with the other features of the conference mobile site that we haven't explicitly reviewed, such as venue maps to locate meeting rooms and speaker affiliations and bios. The information for the State Showcase and Technical Assistant Poster session, which will be held on Tuesday from 12:45 to 1:30, can be found in the Poster Session tab. A map of how the poster session is laid out is available in the Venue Map tab, so you can easily find the poster you would like to visit. So now we're going to actually take you to the mobile site to show you how to navigate it and see how the interaction works. So what we're going to do is right now, I'm logged out right now, as you can see. So when I'm logged out, I don't have the ability to see the My Calendar option, and I also don't have the ability to create my own agenda. So I'm going to log in. And now if I go into the full agenda, I have the option to select different calendar items. From here, I can also navigate throughout the different days of the conference to see the different sessions being used on each day. And so, for example, if I go down and I decide I want to attend this session, clicking on it takes me to the session description, and in there is the materials provided for the session. And then if I hit speakers, it also shows me all the speakers that will be leading that session. So if I go back and I decide that I do want to indeed go to that session, I just select it here. And then I can go right into the My Calendar tab, and it shows up. And those are all the sessions I've selected for that day. So again, once I'm in here, I can go to the Polling Survey and Q&A option, which will take me to my session evaluation. And of course, there are no questions right now because the conference hasn't started. And then now we're in the Poster Session tab, and you can see the different titles, presenters, and description information for the posters. And so let's say I want to find Table 3. I'm going to go here to the venue map. And here's a poster Salon 3, so that's going to tell me exactly where the table I want to go to is. And that's Table 3 right here. And right now we're going to actually go back and show you the other venue maps. So these are the different venues throughout the conference space. So this isn't necessarily for the whole hotel, but just the space that is relevant to us in the hotel, that where the conference will be taking place. So like right here is the lobby level, and that's Salon 1 and 2, and this is where our keynote and large group panel sessions will be taking place. So as you can see, there's a lot of capabilities throughout the mobile site. Materials and speaker bios, for example, which we'll be able to utilize throughout the conference. So now we're going to go back to our PowerPoint presentation. All right. So like I said before, we encourage you to explore and become familiar with the other features of the conference mobile site that we haven't explicitly reviewed. And this information is also available, or will also be available, on the OSEP Conferences page. At that web address, it's osepmeeting.org. And there you'll also find a one-page guide for each device, as well as a brief mobile site tutorial. Also, we know that some people might be having trouble accessing or getting the shortcut to their mobile site device or screen. And we just wanted to remind you that you can always email us with questions. And that address is here. And we will also be on site to help you. There will be an early bird session on Monday as well that will go over all of this information one more time, and we will again be there on site during that session to help you get this onto your home screen if you need the help at that time. All right, we'll now open up the time for questions if there are any, and we'd like to open up phone lines for anyone who would like to verbalize their question.
We did have one question come into the chat that talked about not having accessibility to Chrome. So Devin is going to explain what you might be able to do to navigate a situation like that.
So the particular person who asked the question, it was against their company's policy to have Chrome on their mobile device. And so you can use Internet Explorer, Safari, Firefox, whatever web browser you have. This tutorial can act as a guide for getting a mobile shortcut onto your home screen. So you should still have menu options and be able to see a drop-down menu in your web browser and add the shortcut to your screen that way.
Also, if you're not able to add this to your home screen on your personalized device, you can always enter it into a laptop browser, and that would be the same exact web address as was posted for all of the tutorial materials. So you can always use Wi-Fi with your laptop as if you were entering that into another, for another website, enter in the same address, and you should have the same exact functionality as you would have if this was added to your own personal device.
And again, like we mentioned earlier, there's also the option to add this as a bookmark, and you can do that on your mobile device or on your laptop, and that will just provide easy access so that when you do open whatever web browser you're using, you can quickly navigate to the site. And again, we did also want to reiterate that this tutorial not only applies to mobile devices, such as your smartphone, but also to handheld devices, such as an iPad or Nexus tablet.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and see if there are any other questions. Yvette, you have a question? Go ahead.
You can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Wow. Okay. My question, when I looked at the mobile phone, it doesn't state whether it's data, a presentation regarding Part B or EC like it does on the printout.
When you go, and Devin, I'm going to have her pull up the screen right now for us, but it will show when it's added into your calendar. So Devin's going to click on the screen and you should be able to see it. So let's click on results oriented. And if you click on the session description, actually down at the bottom you can see underneath it says track early childhood. So it does say it by the track name for each of the individual sessions. We're working right now to see if there's a way to get some descriptors on the other pages with our product development, but they are listed in each session down below.
So I won't know until I click on it. So I can't just look at it at a glance and know, oh, this is data. I have to hit it, click it, and then I'll find out.
Correct, yes. We're hoping to have that functionality added, but we can't guarantee it prior to the conference, but it is at least listed in each session.
Yeah, this is amazing. This is really great.
Well, we're glad that you like it.
Yeah.
Do you have any other questions, Yvette?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Perfect. We're going to go ahead and mute your line and see if there's any other questions.
Okay.
Okay, we're not getting any other questions verbally, so I know that we have somebody answering the questions that are coming into the chat log right now. We'll leave this open until your question gets answered, and otherwise you are free to go and carry on your afternoon. I did just notice we have the OSEP meeting inbox open as well. A lot of people are asking about their username and password. We're going to be sending out a blast email with how to retrieve that information so that you can easily access your login information for the mobile site. So just be on the lookout for that, and we'll also get to the OSEP meeting inbox as soon as possible after the webinar is complete, once we've answered all of the questions coming through the chat feature.